Hello there, everybody. I am Gary Waldman. I am going to host a little episode today where I'm going to tell you about an old Neal Casal instrument that we're going to auction off to benefit the Neal Casal Music Foundation. I'm joined by my friend John Graboff from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Hello, John.
Hi, how are you, Gary?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. It's winter has finally arrived here. It's 18 degrees this morning.
Oh, yikes.
Bright sunshine, but cold and breezy.
Well, as you can see, I am not home. I am at a hotel in Los Angeles where they're panicking here because it's 60 degrees and it's freezing to them.
Oh,
But it's nice and warm to me, and
good.
doing some work out here. But I wanted you to come on and tell us a little bit about this mandolin. So what we're going to do today is tell you a story about this Washburn mandolin. It is a mandolin that I bought in 1991 at a local music store in Rockaway, New Jersey called Richie's Music. That is the store that Neal and I used to go to. It's the store where Neal got his first guitar in 1981, I think. But I bought this instrument in 1991. I didn't know anything about mandolins, neither did Neal. But I saw this. It's not a valuable instrument. It's a very kind of beginner mandolin that Washburn made back in the day. I think it's a model M-1STS.
Correct.
It's not a rare mandolin. It's not a expensive mandolin, but I saw it and for some reason, I decided to buy it and I gave it to Neal and I said, "You don't know how to play this thing, but can you write a song on it?" And he took that as a challenge. And with most instruments, Neal would pick them up and within a few minutes, he would have something going, even if he didn't know what the instrument was. If it had strings on it, he could figure it out. And he figured out a song on this mandolin called Valley of the Fallen, which I'm going to play you in a second. It's one of my favorite early Neal Casal demos. And he took this mandolin, wrote this song, came in a week later into the studio, and we recorded this demo that you're about to hear. And it features the mandolin, of course. It also features an absolutely ripping Neal Casal lap steel guitar solo, which is kind of the highlight of the song to me in a lot of ways. I don't know how he managed to get that sound. He wasn't playing a lot of lap steel guitar at the time, but somehow he ripped out this just amazing solo that you'll hear. It was recorded in New Jersey at a little studio that we used to make demos at, Waldman Recording. And about 2 months ago, I dug out the analog tape, the original tape. Tapes used to be in big giant reels, and we took that reel and had it transferred into Pro Tools, and Jim Scott has made a very beautiful new mix of the song. And what we're going to do is play you the song, and then John has the original mandolin, which we found in Neal's belongings when we were cleaning out his house. There it is. And John has taken the mandolin, fixed it up a little bit, made it playable. And what we're going to do is play you this song, show you this mandolin, and then we're going to tell you about an auction to buy this mandolin if you are interested. And the proceeds will go to the Neal Casal Music Foundation, which many of you have been very generously supporting over the last couple of years. Thank you very much for that. So without further ado, let's hear this song. It's called Valley of the Fallen. You'll hear very young Neal Casal, 23-year-old Neal in his very young voice. And the title, Valley of the Fallen. Valley of the Fallen is a place in Spain. I believe there was some type of military battle there. I'm not exactly sure. But Neal's dad, Ramon Casal, came from Spain. So Spain had a important meaning to Neal. And back in 1996, he and his dad did a family pilgrimage to Spain, where they went over there for a few weeks and visited the places that Ray grew up and places that Neal's ancestry on his dad's side came from. So there you go. All right, enough of my babbling and yakking. Take a listen to this song, and you'll also see a beautiful picture of young Neal with his necklaces and feathered hair and a velvet jacket. Dave Schools refers to him as a very pretty girl, and here he is. Check it out.
tonight, if the moon decides to shine, I'll meet you in the valley of the fallen. And maybe I'll go if that river's winding slow, to meet you in the valley of the fallen. 'Cause in my steel guitar dreams, you were right here next to me, staring down the blackness of the cold night. But it's a dream I'll never see, and it's still hard to believe that your life could end the day that you died. So maybe tonight, if I look into the sky, I'll see you, 'cause I can hear you calling. And maybe I'll go to the place we used to know, to meet you in the valley of the fallen. September night, and though many years have passed, I still remember how she cried. But knowing you, I had to find a way to laugh. So maybe tonight, if I look into the sky, I'll see you, 'cause I can still hear you calling. And maybe I'll go to the place we used to know. I'll see you in the valley of the fallen.
Good instrument, right?
Yeah, that was Neal doing his finest Rod Stewart, Maggie May mandolin impersonation there.
It comes in. It comes in here too. It comes
Yeah,
complete with
yes,
all sorts of stuff.
yeah. Anyway, that's the first time that song has really ever been heard, other than, you know, Neal's friends and family over the years who may have heard those early demos. And it's a beautiful song. I love that song. And so this is the very mandolin that I gave Neal in 1991. And if you'd like to bid on it, in the link below, we will present the way to do that. It's through a auction company called Better World, which is a donation site where people can donate and bid on things, and the money goes to charity. So we will use this money to support the foundation, which helps musicians who are having physical or mental health issues. And we also donate a lot of instruments to kids in schools. So show us this mandolin a little up close, John. It's a Washburn M1STS.
Hard to show the label, but it's in there.
Yeah.
With the model number. And Gary, as you may recall, when we went out to clear out Neal's place, you stumbled upon this instrument, had about, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch of dust on it. And you said, here, take this. And I said, well, what am I going to do with it? It doesn't have a bridge on it. Doesn't have any strings on it. And he goes, well, take it anyway. And I said, okay. And it sat around for a while. And I can't remember if it was you or me or both of us came up with the idea of getting it back into playable condition and auctioning it off for the foundation, which we both thought was a great idea. So I put a new bridge on it, fitted a new bridge on it, put new strings on it, really basically just, wiping the dust off of it and doing those three things was pretty much all it really needed. And it came out, sounded like that. Sounds like a mandolin.
Yeah. And it looks like it's in amazing condition. It doesn't have any cracks or scratches or anything.
No, it's, the pick guard has a few scratches on it from strumming, but you're going to get that the very first day you own the thing. And that's about it. Yeah. Everything else is in perfect working condition. As you said, it's not a particularly valuable instrument, but it sounds okay. And he made a really nice recording out of it, or with it, I should say.
I think he retired from his mandolin career quickly after recording this song. I remember sitting around with him one day, and I had a mandolin. He picked it up and he started playing it. So he still obviously remembered how to play it, but in spite of the fact that he might not have picked one up for a few years. But it's one of those instruments where rudimentary playing is really easy. Yeah. When you get into more advanced stuff, it takes a little practice. But if you just want to sit around and strum the thing, it's perfect for that. However, if you really want to get ambitious about it, this mandolin comes complete with all sorts of different types of music in it. Let me demonstrate. So if you're into like a Les Paul, Mary Ford vibe, you can do that. You can play some Bill Monroe. Or you can play Bach. So it's got all sorts of music in it, and at no extra charge, except a little practice and a little time. Yeah. Well, and a fun fact for John Grayboff fans is that your very first musical escapades back in the many, many moons ago was as the mandolin player in a band called Sweetgrass. Is that correct?
Yes, not a particularly accomplished bluegrass band, but we relocated to San Francisco when I was 16 years old, and kind of did that for a couple of years, and then decided I wanted an electric guitar, so I sold my mandolin and bought an electric guitar. So my mandolin career was fairly short-lived as well, but I've kept my hand in it to a certain extent.
Yeah. Yes, you have. Well, all right. Well, thanks for showing us that. Again, if
Sure.
you're interested in bidding on this mandolin, check the link below, and you can go to this site where you can put in a bid. Bidding will start on December 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, noon, and we'll go on, I think, for 5 or 7 days, and then I think 5 days maybe till the 19th. And then if whoever wins it wants it as a present for Christmas, we will FedEx it overnight to you, and you will have a Neal Casal mandolin. And if all goes well, we'll actually find an 8x10 of that pretty picture of Neal. We do have an 8x10 of that.
I did want to mention that it does come with this hippie-approved gig bag.
Oh,
which I picked up,
fantastic.
and that's of no additional charge as well.
Oh, amazing. All right. Well, thank you, John. Enjoy the cold
Sure.
weather in Santa Fe. And again, if you'd like to bid, please bid. Everybody else who's bought a vinyl box set or a CD box set or supported the foundation with donations or buying merch, thank you so much. We've done a lot of good with the funds that we've been able to raise, and it's really because of everybody who's reached out and participated in the stuff that we've been doing. So thank you again. I hope that everybody has a lovely holiday season. Well, and also last fun fact is that for everybody who doesn't know, one of Neal's all-time favorite albums and most influential albums in his early years was Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story, which of course contains the most widely heard mandolin part ever recorded on Maggie May. Yes, and if you have that record, you'll see in the credits the poor guy who played the mandolin. It's credited to the mandolin was played by the mandolin player from Lindisfarne. His name slips my mind. Lindisfarne were a folk band in England. They're pretty popular at one point in the early 70s. And the guy who played it, his name was Ray Jackson. He's still alive. He was the mandolin player in Lindisfarne. And I think maybe 15, 20 years ago, he tried to sue Rod Stewart, claiming that he also should have had a writing credit on that song, Maggie May. And he might be right, because that was really an amazingly hooky part of the song, the mandolin. Can you imagine the song without the mandolin? I don't think so. So there you go. Mandolin Dreams, Mandolin Wind. Thank you, John. Farewell. Thank you if you put in a bid on this. I hope you win. Take care.